We're gonna start. Up next is a phenomenon, a YouTube phenomenon. We're talking millions of views, and we were so excited when this phenomenon tentatively accepted our invitation for PhD Day in March. But then we didn't get a clear-cut confirmation or proof of life before, well, Tuesday this week. That makes us even happier to have Tim Blay from Acapella Science with us here today. So Tim, he has a master's degree in physics, but he is, in addition, an enthusiastic science musician with an extreme talent for covering songs with hilarious science texts. What you will experience next is an educational and utterly nerdy online video project, Live. So please welcome Tim Blay from Acapella Science.
Hello, testing. Wow, you build me up and then cut me down right away. So the first thing that I'm going to do is do a song. But I'm not just going to do the song, you're also going to do the song. And for that, I need the people who are back there to not be back there. I need you to come up towards the front, as little space as possible, because you're going to sing together as a group. And if you're spaced out, then you're gonna, well, trust me, it gets confusing. So, ahem. Let me get a sip of water. Usually usually when I do this, I divide the crowd into 3 parts. There's not many. The people at the front there, how good are you at singing? You could be a group. Let's try it. You're going to be group 1 here at the table here. Everyone on that side, you're going to be group 2. And then here, boisterous and loud, you're going to be group 3. So let's try something very simple for the start. I'm going to get this group 1 just to sing a note. You're going to go like this. Okay, there's only 6 of you. You have to be louder than that. Very good. Okay. Group 2. Let's try you doing a note. Not bad. Okay. Maybe let's try those 2 together. So group 1. Hold that. Keep holding that. Not bad. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. You've been great so far. Group 3, I apologize to the men in group 3 because you can go an octave down if you want, but your note is All right, all at once. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you really meant all. Okay. Now we'll do really all at once, all of us. So. Not bad. Okay, cool. Now we're going to do. It's going to get more complicated. Now I'm going to get you to do more than 1 note in succession. Oh, we've drifted a bit. Okay. So group 1, I'm going to teach you a whole part now. It's going to go like this. Try it with me. Let's do it again. And let's hear just you. Not bad. Okay, group 2, your part goes like this. Oh. You do that with me? Let's do that one more time. And now just you. Very good. Okay, group 3, you've got a fun part. Your part goes like this. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. All right, and with me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Again, one more time. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. And by yourselves. Louder, please. Nice. All right, keep doing that. We're gonna bring in group 2. Keep going. Let me hear you both. All right, both of you keep going. We're gonna bring in group 1 again. And just you. Louder. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wow. I feel like I'm in Sister Act. Okay, let's get the first. I'm gonna sing a song now, and it has nothing to do with what you just did. I'm kidding. You're gonna come in. But first, I'm gonna sing some funky science words, and then I'm gonna bring you guys in, and we're gonna do a rousing chorus. Sound good? Yes. All right. Because you know I'm all about that bass, no acid. I'm all about that bass, no acid. All about that bass, no acid. All about that bass, bass. Well, it's pretty clear, I ain't no science fool. So you got litmus, well, I can turn it blue. Make it go boom, boom all over the place. When all the H plus meet all the OHs. Pink phenolphthalein, I think that's straight dope. Mix in a lipid here and it'll make it soap. You want it neutral, pH is low. Better set up a titration with a strong hydroxyl drop. Well, my lab tech, she told me don't worry about your eyes. 'Cause if acid gets in them, we just have to neutralize. Whoa, you know I love me, my stomach, and all the things it dissolves. But my bile duct keeps it from eating my intestine walls. Because you know I'm all about that bass, no acid. I'm all about that bass, no acid. All about that bass, no acid. All about that bass, I'm gonna do the math to figure out the ratios to react. Stoichiometry, yeah, that's where it's at. And it'll tell you to prepare at least 1 molar for your strong hydroxyl drop. Now my lab tech, she told me don't worry about your eyes. Whoa. 'Cause if acid gets in, we can fix it with alkalis. That OHH, you know I love me, my stomach, and all the things it dissolves. my bile that keeps it from eating my intestine walls. Group 1. Sing it louder. Keep going with that. I'm going to bring in group 2. Sounds pretty good. Oh man, yeah. Group 3, you know what to do, right? Let's hear it all together. Keep singing. Whoa, whoa, you know my lab tech, she told me don't worry about your eyes. 'Cause if acid gets in, we can fix it with alkali. Oh, you know I love me, my stomach, and all the things it dissolves. But my bile that keeps it from eating my intestine walls. Because you know I'm all about that bass, about that bass. Whoa, I'm all about that bass, about that bass. Whoa, I'm all about that bass, about that bass. Whoa, I'm all about that bass, about that bass. Oh, you know I'm all about that bass, about that bass. All about that bass, about that bass. All about that bass, about that bass. Oh, give yourselves a round of applause. I'm gonna switch to this microphone. Is it on? You hear me? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. So I don't have a lot to say to you guys, but I was told to come and give a talk, and I have padded it with songs so I don't have to give too much of a talk. But when I was going to come here, I thought, well, what should I actually talk about? And I realized that what I wanted to talk about is why are any of us here? Why are we doing any of this? Why am I doing any of this? First of all, why am I here? I don't have a PhD. I've never been in a PhD program. I got my master's degree in theoretical physics at McGill University, and then I left. I said adios, and I headed off into something that it turned out was quite a bit like a PhD, in that making a YouTube channel is isolating, you're very alone, you spend long hours working on projects that hardly ever see the light of day, and you're never really sure if you're a success or not. And I'm told that that's what a PhD feels like, except at least I get the little numbers. When I put a video online, I can see, people liked it or shared it or whatever, and that can either be good for you or it can drive you absolutely insane, constantly clicking back. But you know that. You all have Facebook, I presume. But I have been really interested in why should I do anything? Why should we be doing what we are doing, all of us, any of us, ever? Which is a bit of a big question, but I've been thinking about why I have decided to pursue this strange career path and why I do the things that I do. And I find that in thinking about myself, I sort of have three main ways that I am motivated to do anything. And maybe this will resonate with you. I think it resonated with Sigmund Freud, because he kind of divided personality up this way. But I have kind of these things that are I just like them. I just want to do them, or I want them to exist, and I don't know why, and there's no particular, deeper reason. It just is, right? Freud would have called that the id, I guess. Things like music are like that. I don't know why music is good. I don't think anybody knows why we like music. It's like something that arose out of evolutionary past, and it doesn't seem to really, like, there's no reason why it should be pleasurable to us, but I just love music. I can't not do it. So there's kind of that intuitive motivation, or that innate motivation. And then I have kind of this motivation based on competence, right? Like the things that I'm good at, that I've discovered I have a talent for. That in itself can be very motivating. I presume that all of you have found some level of talent at what you're doing. You've arrived here as PhD students, presumably. I was told that they're mostly PhD students. And despite the fact that most of us feel like we don't belong here, the truth is that we've had to climb over quite a few hurdles that have weeded out a lot of people, and those of us who are left have some level of competence at what we're doing. The thing that I was always very competent at was mathematics and physics. I mean, I'm good at music, but I'm a talented amateur at music, but mathematics and physics I really excelled at. I always just understood it. That can be very motivating, I find. And then there's the third part. The third motivation for me is like the moral dimension, right? Like or what Freud would have called the superego, the thing that asks whether this is good for society and the world and for other people. For me, growing up, that always came out of religion. I grew up in a very religious household, a Catholic family, and I'm told this is rare, but I think I actually intuited like the best aspects of religion, the parts of it that are sacrifice yourself for the greater good, the Jesus on the cross thing, the love people until you have absolutely nothing left. And I found that in religion for a lot of my life, and that was how I connected with people. People and community and religion were kind of a package deal for me. So rewind back to when I was doing early in my master's degree. I think I had 3 separate worlds that weren't really connected at all. I did music on the side. This is like my intuitive side. I made video game music and put it on the internet for no good reason, and I had bands where I played the drums and screamed very angrily into a microphone because I felt like it. There was that, and I just loved it. There was no other reason. I mean, okay, I kind of wanted to make a career out of it as well, but I just did it because I loved it. And then there was the thing that I was actually pursuing was the thing I was competent at, right? This is the thing that'll get you your job, was math and the physics. So I went through one physics degree and found myself still stuck in the 1930s in terms of what I had actually learned, and so I decided to continue. And then I had this moral religious dimension where I was building communities in Montreal, and I was getting really interested in how do you actually do the most good in the world and do the most for the people who have the least. And so I had a group of friends where together we would go out into the streets of Montreal and we would try to befriend people who lived on the street, who were drug addicts or alcoholics or had whatever it was that had put them in dire straits, had put them out on the street. We would go down into the subway and onto the street and just hang out with them. And it's kind of exhausting having 3 separate lives that don't interact at all. When I got to the end of my degree, what I found was that I was still very good at what I did. Like I submitted my master's thesis and it came back with 0 revisions, which convinced me that I was a complete imposter because no one could have possibly read what I wrote and given it 0 revisions. But it seemed like I was, perfectly good to go down that track, but at the same time, there were really deep motivations that were missing. I didn't love what I was doing. There are people who loved what they were doing. I loved music. And there were people who felt that what they were doing was very important. And what I felt was very important was what I was doing on the street. And in, more broadly in my religious communities. So I decided that I needed to pursue those parts of myself. Luckily, I had started a cappella science a year before I graduated. I put out one video and it sort of toured around the newspapers of Europe, I guess. it got picked up by the Agence France Presse and put in a bunch of newspapers. And so I had sort of a little following that I decided, well, I'm going to jump into this and I'm going to try to pursue art. And at the same time, I'm going to get really into community and into serving people and being, sort of the hardcore version of the self-sacrificing Christian type. And so I set off on my journey of trying to make YouTube videos for a living and trying to, I moved into 2 apartments with 6 other very idealistic people who all prayed together in the morning and tried to go out and help people. And we actually moved into our apartment a guy off the street. His name was Chuck, and he was a heroin addict and had a whole slew of physical problems and health issues and stuff. And I kind of went away from what I was good at and tried these things. And what I found was that they were very rewarding, but I was not very good at them. I have no sense of how to motivate myself to run my own business, to actually put out YouTube content, to manage the logistical aspects of it. I put out, I think, 1 video the first year. It took me an entire year, and I wasted a ton of money getting sort of bilked by lawyers who said I needed fancy corporations and stuff, and it was totally unnecessary, and I wasted my money there. And I had a big contract to go and play in the United States, and I forgot to get a work permit, and I got rejected at the border, and they might not let me back in. I haven't tried again to go to the United States. I'm going to try next week. We'll see if it works. And then in the meantime, the community, the religious part of it, and the caring for this homeless guy, it kind of fell apart. The community had tons of interpersonal problems, and we didn't really know how to solve them. And we didn't know how to rehabilitate a person. None of us were set up for that. We went in on pure faith and pure desire to do something that nobody else was doing. And after a year, most of my community moved away, and I stayed living with this guy, Chuck, and 2 other people. And we lived for another year there. Chuck decided halfway through that he would like to be a heroin dealer, and that was pretty much a no-go for us. We weren't down for that. But it sort of became this steadily decaying thing where he would get very angry and violent, and eventually we had to ask him to leave. And letting that go, I think, was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, because it was a signal that this thing, which was I felt was the most important thing I had ever been called to do, had failed. And I had lost my community, and my YouTube channel was not going very well, and I lost my faith. And I was kind of this infant, right, of why should I do anything? This is the question that I asked at the beginning here. Why should we do anything? My entire worldview had been based on this sort of religious substrate of we do these things because they're good, because God is good, and this kind of this stratum. Then without that, I didn't actually know. But I've been thinking about it, I guess, for a couple of years now, and I don't think I actually lost that much when I lost my faith. In a way, I didn't lose what was important, because what was important was never the belief part of it. It was always the people part of it. It was the building relationships with people and seeing every person, no matter how out of it they were, as a person worth caring for. And that's still there. I mean, what matters is what matters to people and about people. Like if you're religious, if you're religious, most of the things your religion actually tells you to do are about people, the good things, and so you can just do them. And if you're sort of a poetic naturalist or whatever Sean Carroll calls himself, which is sort of what I am, eventually the sun will explode and we'll all die and everything will be forgotten and nothing will mean anything. But that doesn't matter to me because things still matter to me. I can't help it. And people still matter to me. And people are sort of the bridge between those two worlds, like the intuitive and the moral, because I can't deny to myself that people are important to me. And I don't think that most of you can deny that there are people who are really important to you. And so I decided to sort of bring in that moral motivation into my work that I was doing with Acapella Science. Because previously, I think I had been doing it at like the YouTube channel. It was self-centered. It was about me being really clever, basically. Look at all these skills that I have. Look how great a musician I am. Look how much I know about science, and let me put together these fancy words. And nobody understood. I did this video explaining string theory called Bohemian Gravity, and nobody understood string theory from watching this video. They were impressed. Oh, this guy knows string theory, and he can make a Bohemian Rhapsody parody. But but nobody learned anything, I don't think. And sort of bringing that human dimension has really shifted it for me, because now I'm thinking, what can I do to do the greatest possible good for people? And I think what I'm doing now, I've noticed this problem, maybe you've noticed it too, where I think larger society is losing its ability to talk between groups that aren't the same. Have you noticed this? This is the filter bubble effect, right? The internet was sort of optimistically supposed to bring all of us together. And what it actually did was bring us together with precisely the people who are most like us all over the world. We can only talk to them if we want to, and then everybody else is too much work. We ignore them. And I've noticed, we science people, we're not immune from this. I go on science Twitter, and half of the time, we're not talking about, there's this SciComm hashtag, science communication. Half the time, we're not communicating science. We're just talking to each other about how to communicate science. And when we do communicate science, it's to the people who are already science fans, And we share memes about people who aren't science fans or who don't, trust science. We mock the flat earthers and the anti-vaxxers and whoever else it is, and then we kind of wonder why they don't want to talk to us. And I'm not saying that it's not silly, but if you're aiming at the highest possible good, that's what I want to be doing. And so I've realized that with Acapella Science, I can take sort of two disparate worlds. I can take people who know Ed Sheeran and sing all about that bass in the shower and never thought about science, and maybe someone who is just listening to Ed Sheeran finds my video and suddenly realizes that they're a beautiful mess of subatomic particles mixing and interacting and building into this glorious machine, and that might really change the way they look at the world, and they might break down a barrier there. And at the same time, maybe some stodgy old professor will actually understand what pop music is for once. You laugh, but my thesis advisor literally didn't know the song Bohemian Rhapsody until I sent him my version of it. So I think that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to bring people into everything. I got really isolated too for a while. I got isolated in the way I thought about the world and the way I thought about my work, and it's not good for you. You need people. You need people to motivate you in terms of your positive meaning in the world, and you also need people to ground you, because like me, something is going to come along and wipe the floor out from under you at some point. For me, it was bringing myself way too far down a path that was untenable and having to live with a dangerous person for a while. But maybe it'll be your family, maybe it'll be your health. Whatever it is, something's going to happen. When I talked to homeless people on the streets of Montreal, it wasn't so much that things had happened to them that hadn't happened to anybody else, although horrible things had happened to a lot of them. But it was that horrible things had happened and there was nobody there to catch them and to
bring them back up. So I guess that's all I would really say. I don't want this to be preachy or whatever, but don't isolate yourself. I've made myself a rule that if I haven't messaged anyone today, I'll just find a random person on Facebook I haven't talked to in a long time. who I've been thinking, and you pose yourself the question, right? Like, who have I not talked to in a long time that I should talk to? You come up with like 5 names instantly, at least I do. So, I don't know, it's a good challenge for you, I suppose. If you find yourself really isolated and working in your lab all the time, reach out to people. People are your support network, and they're also the thing that gives what you're doing, whatever it is, its ultimate meaning. So, that's what I wanted to say. Do you want to sing another song? Woo! Yeah.
Hi, it's back on. I'm gonna get a guitar pick for this one. Okay, how should I'm gonna divide you up the same way as before. Hopefully we can do this one a little faster because we've already done the drill a bit. Should I make you guys do the high part again? No, I'm gonna give you guys the fun part. You had the middle part that wasn't much fun before. Group 1 is gonna do the annoyingly high part, and then I don't know, figure out something for group 3. So group 1, you're gonna go like this. All right, cool. All right. Group 3, I'm going to get you to go next. You're going to go like this. Group 1. Louder, please. All right. Group 2. I'm getting the groups all confused now. Your part is just gonna be this. Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. 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 Let me hear you. That's all right. Let's just get group 1. Keep doing that. A dot isn't the best way to try to sum up how electrons come and go. They are the states of a matter field that follows an equation that Dirac wrote. The Schrodinger part of the whole equation will just lead in sub-C when it expands. Now get that Coulomb and add it in with the proton, and then they start to dance. It's hydrogen, it's like atoms, I feel your tug. Central potential dip down, pulling on me. But I'm not falling in deep. No, that would break uncertainty. Say, oh, electrons move too much. Slow down your pace and put that orbit on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, group 3, come in. Orbitals take the shape they do as stable states of the quantum rules. And when a one approaches two, they combine and they're bonding. Thus hydrogen as a rule is found in nature as H2, energy configuring a molecule. Group 2, really sing it out. What are the words? They combine and they're bonding. Diatomically bonding, energy configuring a molecule. When orbitals take the shape they do. Let's just get group 3. One half spin will give a lepton a twin, one up, one down in the ground state. With S&P and quadruple degeneracy, the second shell can be filled up with 8. The higher angular powers spread out like beautiful flowers. The middle families, they come into play. Well, here's a carbon with 6C. This ain't nothing tricksy, but we're gonna get some methane today. Group 1, come in. Time I feel your tug. Semi electrons build up, pulling on me. Come on now, settle around me. I'll hybridize to sp3, say oh. Carbon, here's our touch. Spread out 10.447 degrees. Come on now, follow our lead. Come on now, follow my lead. Everybody. Molecules take the shape they do, combining states of the quantum rules. Like when a shell goes sp2 for sigma pi double bonding. As widely as their purview, they spread out in the molecule. Look at benzene in a ring, they hold it true. Aromatically bonding. High, low, high. Aromatically bonding. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. Aromatically bonding. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. Aromatically bonding. Look at benzene in a ring, they hold it true. When orbitals take the shape they do. All right, I'm gonna teach you new parts for this. Group 1. You're gonna go like this. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. 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 Group 2. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. 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 Come bond with me, baby. Group 1. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. 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 Group 3. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. 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 Come bond with me, baby. Group 2. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. Come bond with me, baby. Group 1. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. Come bond with me, baby. Sing it out. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. 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 Orbitals take the shape they do, combining base level residues, like when it approaches two, they combine double bonding. I don't remember the words. Let me do that again. Polymers take the shape they do, combining base level residues,
cheats and corkscrews. Look at them, they hold it true. They're all over your body. 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 You're a chemical machine, it's best you knew. The molecules take the shape of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to PhD for Day for having me. I hope the rest of the day was great. Have a good time. See you.
So, thank you so much, Tim, for an amazing show or for getting us to sing along. I'm sure that we all, or at least all of your PhD students, found some motivation in his very nice talk, and that all of us found inspiration in his songs. For all the other songs that we know are out there, just go online and check out his YouTube channel. And with that, I declare PhD Day 2018 for over.